Ladies and gentlemen, we are here today with a country sensation.
That's right.
Gentleman is going all over the place, working up, and let me tell you what, we are very excited to have him before he absolutely shoots to the moon.
Luke Combs' younger cousin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Zach Davis, everybody. Round of applause for Zach Davis being in the studio. I really wanted to do the country ad-lib, and then you hit a whole sentence, and I'm like, I can't do it. I gotta bail. I gotta bail fast. How's it going, man?
Going good, dude.
Good. How's it traveling? Why the fuck are you in Ohio?
Yeah, so I released an album a few years ago called Hey Papaw, and one of the biggest sponsors of that album was Happy Hooker out of Oak Harbor.
Okay.
So, and then you know Brant, right? Brant Cook?
Yeah.
So me and him played sports together at UCA.
Okay.
And then we joined the same fraternity at UCA. And we were the best of friends. We were inseparable.
Okay.
And so he would come back after these summers of like fishing and stuff in Ohio. He'd show me all these crazy videos and tell me these stories about all of his buddies up here. So I was like, dude, I got to go. So then I came up just as a visit a couple times.
Right.
And then, man, we started doing this big barn party every year.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's just
You sang there, didn't you?
Yeah. And I sing at like, there's a couple bars that I sing at up there. One of my favorite ones is Lagoon Saloon. I play there every time I go up there.
Nice.
I always line up a few shows.
Hell yeah. You got some shows while you're here right now?
I played some this past weekend, yeah. Friday and Saturday. Yeah. I head back to Nashville tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh shit.
We caught him on his little exit ticket. We caught
That's
him.
right.
Hell yeah.
Picked him up at the terminal and brought him here.
So If y'all don't know, if you haven't listened to this podcast, first time listening to this podcast, welcome to the Boogered Up podcast, where you are going to have that gentleman over there in the cowboy hat he's going to be running you for your money like he has done with Zach this whole time prior to this episode.
Darn tootin'.
So let's get to learn about who Zach is, okay?
Yes.
Born in Tennessee or Arkansas? You
yeah.
from Arkansas?
From Arkansas. Born and raised there my whole life.
Okay.
Did you played ball in Arkansas?
Yeah, so I played obviously all the way through high school or whatever, and then little bit in college, got hurt, whatever. Not that old much, but yeah.
You got hurt?
Yeah, tore my ACL.
Damn.
Retired sports athlete.
Yeah, I'm a has-been now, But then then I just kind of picked up music after that. And
have you always played guitar and stuff, or you self-taught?
So I didn't get a guitar until I was about 15. And in all honesty, at first I was like, I was big into hunting, fishing, big into playing sports.
Mm-hmm.
So I really just never had time for it. And then I learned some stuff here and there, and I would play for some of my friends in high school. I learned enough to play it around a bonfire,
right?
And then it wasn't until.
What was your go-to bonfire song that you played on the guitar?
I swear to God.
Oh, Barefoot Blue Jean Night, dude.
That's a banger.
It's 3 chords. It's so easy.
Okay.
And everybody knows every word to that
I swear
song,
to God, if he was going to say Wonderwall, I was going to fucking throw this mic.
No, dude, I'm not a great guitar player, so I stick to the easy stuff.
Nice. Them Green Day songs. Them 3-chord Green Day songs will get you. You think you can play guitar after learning 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice.
Oh, yeah. And then, I grew up, it's the South, so everybody grows up in church. You know? So, and worship songs are, literally 4 chords, C, G, E minor, D, the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
And so those were always ones that we learned or whatever, too.
Okay. But
yeah, so it just kind of went from there, and then the next thing you know, I was like, I was sitting in college bored because I sucked at it.
At college? Or
dude.
Sports?
Dude, I was the worst student that you could ever be.
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah, dude, Disney Plus came out with Moana on it, and I was screwed from the get-go.
Screwed from the get-go.
But me and Brant, actually, funny enough, Brant has a degree in some kind of chemical something.
Okay.
Chemical engineering or something like that.
Holy shit,
that's
genius.
fancy.
Dude was so, is so smart. And he would text me, hey, are you studying? And I'd be like, kind of. I got a book out.
Right.
And he'd be like, all right, I'm coming over. And I was like, all right, cool. We'd study for about 30 minutes, and we'd get absolutely hammered and watch Moana on Disney Plus on repeat, dude. On repeat.
How many times do you think you watched Moana in your life?
Oh, it's got to be over 500. Gotta be. I can quote that whole movie.
That's beautiful.
What can you say except you're welcome?
I love that. I love that energy.
Oh, yeah,
okay,
dude.
so when did you go to Tennessee then?
Oh goodness. So I dropped out of college. And my papa has a farm back in Arkansas, so I went back there and I worked as a car salesman. I worked in a detail shop.
Why'd you work at the farm?
Well, by that time we didn't really have a whole lot going on. It's just donkeys now out there, and donkeys are pains in the ass. So literally,
fun joke.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just one of those things. I didn't want to mess with him, and then he didn't have the garden anymore by then either. So it was just one of those things where I had to go out and find some big boy jobs, And then I got on American Idol.
How was that?
Awful.
How's the process of going through American Idol?
So my little brother was actually on the year before me, and he went viral. Do you remember the kid that said wig to Katy Perry? Mm-mm. You can literally pull up the clip. He was in love with alpacas.
Okay.
So it's got like 40 some odd million views. It's outrageous. But his name is Noah Davis.
Okay.
So he was on the year before me. He did really well. Made it to like the top 40 or something like that. And then got sick. He had bronchitis and something else. And then, he didn't get to the next round. So then the next year he was like, dude, you just need to go try it. And I was like, nah, it's not really me. I was going to be a small town kid for my whole life.
Right.
And then he was like, well, I got you a front of the line pass for the auditions in Little Rock if you want to go. I was like, all right, I'll think about it. Mm-hmm. So then I end up going, end up making it. And then they send me to callbacks in Atlanta. And then I got to go to Hollywood. And we were in Hollywood for like a week. It was awful.
Awful.
It was one of the, I mean, my hometown is at most 1,000 people.
Right.
So I passed 1,000 people in 2 blocks.
Yeah.
And it was just like, you
were like overload in a sense.
Yeah. Dude, it was wild. And then on one side you got Beverly Hills and all this money. And then on the other side of town, it's just homeless people on every door. It's just sad,
Wow.
It's a very sad thing. So it was just not one of those things that I really enjoyed. And then, I'm
gonna love the audios of the all the time.
Real as hell.
But did that, and then
you didn't make it through Hollywood.
No, I got sent home.
You tell them to go fuck themselves.
Nah.
So were the judges the same?
Yeah,
it was Simon and all them.
No, it was
Simon's
Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and Luke Bryan.
Damn, so you got to sing for Katy Perry?
Yeah, dude.
She is hot as.
She's a very pretty lady. That's for sure. Very pretty lady.
Real?
I think so.
Nice.
I think so. Yeah.
Nice.
She gave me a hug, so I think so. Yeah. Oh yeah, dude.
You got to.
I got to hug her.
What'd she smell like?
Oh, beautiful. She smelled great, actually.
That was probably
I'm sure she doesn't get to go around smelling bad anymore.
That was probably like Chanel Milan or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Yeah. And then out of the 3 of them, Lionel Richie was the coolest one though. Lionel was like this. I don't want to be disrespectful, but it was like a grandpa, kind of thing. Like,
it gives off those
cool,
vibes.
Gave as soon as I walked in, he kind of dapped me up, gave me a big old hug, and I was
that's
like,
dope as fuck.
Oh, this is cool,
Yeah.
He was a very cool dude.
Just nonchalant. You're like, I just dapped the.
It is Hollywood. Okay. He maybe ate a gummy. He's like, I gotta fucking get through all these auditions. I'm gonna pop a gummy.
I don't know if y'all have ever seen Lionel Richie smile. Bro, he's got the biggest smile ever. And perfect. I mean, obviously he's a superstar, so perfect teeth. But yeah, dude. And when he would just walk around this big old like shit-eating grin all the time, and you're just like, yeah, dude, that's Lionel Richie.
That's a good vibe right there. That's a good vibe
cool
pass
dude.
by. Okay,
very cool dude.
Okay. So you did the American Idol, and then went back to
Arkansas, and I did a couple shows with a guy named Charlie Farley.
Chris Farley.
Were you playing shows before you went to American Idol?
No, dude. No.
Was that your first time performing in front of like strangers like that?
I mean, like I played and sang at church and stuff.
Okay.
As a kid, but then again, everybody knew me.
So, yeah.
So yeah, like.
And your strangers just so happened to be Luke Bryan, Katy Perry, and Lionel. Okay.
Yeah.
Was Luke Bryan cool?
Yeah, he was. I mean,
he gave off like douchebag vibes. Like he's like, yeah, I wear Wranglers and but I was still like, fuck
I think
you up.
a lot of the stuff that, and especially a lot of these bigger artists that are signed to like these massive labels, I feel like we don't really get to see a real side. Which with Luke and like guys like Jason Aldean too, you know, they have like the Buck Commander stuff.
Yeah.
So they have the hunting TV shows or whatever. So you get to kind of see the more real part of that. But then again, a lot of that's TV as well.
Yeah, scripted.
So I think a lot of times we see these superstars in very scripted things.
Did they try and change you as a person at all?
Oh yeah, dude. Like I couldn't wear, like I walked in with a logo. It was my uncle's company. It's Hunt Real Outdoors, and I had the logo on the front of the hat, and they wanted me to change the hat. They made me put my American Idol sticker over my Columbia vest. Like wasn't allowed. Well, obviously that's probably
it's just like branding. Yeah.
But then like I would go in these interviews, you know, and where they were shooting like B-roll stuff or whatever,
right?
And they would ask me questions, and they told me to answer honestly, you know. So then I would answer honestly, and they're like, "Oh, well, you can't say that." Like there was one thing about Luke, like they were like, "Well, you think you and Luke will hit it off?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, you know, he does the Buck Commander stuff, he hunts and whatever." And they're like, "Oh, you can't talk about hunting." I was like,
"What?
Why?" And they're like, "Well, we don't support like killing animals." And I was like, "Oh."
So you know, if you do like the slightest little deep on one of your hosts, he hunts avidly.
You know, and you would think, but then you know, American Idol's owned by Disney too. So
Okay. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you know, I guess they just kind of keep it in their lane or whatever. So there was a lot of times I had to really think about my answers before I gave the answers. Like what was acceptable. You know, like Hollywood accepted.
Right.
You know?
We had I know a tattoo artist in the local town, and he was on Ink Masters. Yeah. You know, Luke. Yeah. He told me the whole story about that whole situation, about how he went in there and he killed it, and he was he way better tattoos, not to shit on other people like that, way better tattoos than all the other people like that. And then he ended up going in. It went well. And he's like, okay, so here's what you're going to have to do. Since you're from small town Ohio, we're going to give you a cowboy hat. We're going to give you all this like southern fucking drawl kind of feel to you. And he's like, that's not me at all. And I'm like, but we want you to fit that character. You're going to be this person, this and that, if you want to be on this show. And he's like, I can't just fucking be myself. And they're like, no, you need to fit a character. You need to be a whole season of a certain person. And they're like, he's like, fuck this, dude. This is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's what they did to my little brother. So my little brother, he lives in LA now. Like, if you go listen to my little brother's stuff, which he had lived in LA for a little bit and then came out to everybody, which was, you know, we all kind of knew, you know. And
it came out gay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, you came out where?
Yeah.
I didn't
like,
get it. Okay.
Like,
and so,
the kitchen?
And we already like
out of the kitchen. What was he making?
And so I mean, we all kind of knew already, you know. And so he had that whole persona about him already. But whenever he got on and he went viral like he did, they brought a whole camera crew from American Idol out to our farm in Royal, Arkansas.
What?
It was hilarious. Brent was actually there with me.
Okay.
So we're riding. At the time, we had like horses and donkeys and everything still, like goats, sheep, whatever. And me and Brant had just got done hunting that morning, and we'd actually killed 2 deer. So as these people pulled up, we're skinning deer on the skin rack at my papa's house.
Oh,
no
shit.
lie. And so it was so funny. There was this guy, one of the cameramen, and you could tell, dude had never
seen
the
inside of a deer like that.
And so, you know, we have a decent sized farm, and they were wanting to go on the backside where the pond and stuff was. And dude was like, "Well, I don't want to carry this camera all the way up there, you know." So we're like, "Well, you can ride in the back." And I said, "But watch your white jeans. We just had 2 deer back there, and there might be some deer blood." And he goes, like, almost pukes, you know? Oh, dude, it was so funny. Well, then they get out to where they're filming, and they're trying to have Noah feed the horses and donkeys, like, hay out of his hand. It didn't really work like that, you know? Like, you can't just go up with hay in your hand and expect a horse to eat it.
Yeah.
If it was like an apple or something else,
it's
then
different.
they would, you know?
Yeah, it's different.
And
that's a little incentive.
Yeah, and so...
This is all for like 3 seconds of video, too.
Dude, it was outrageous. So, we're sitting there, and me and Brant are sitting on the mule, and we're watching him. and we're just leaned back, and this camera guy, our pond at the time was dry, and so this camera guy standing in the middle of this dry pond filming it, and this donkey comes up behind him and starts chewing on the back of his jeans. Dude. You would have thought that this guy had seen a ghost, dude. He takes off, just freaking, get this thing off of me, just going nuts, dude. It was hilarious.
Dude.
Hilarious.
What did they expect when they went to a small town?
Oh, I don't know. They rolled up in like all black SUVs, you know. Like,
with a hoster, or was it just camera crew?
no, it was just camera. Well, there was like a
journal,
like a producer,
yeah.
you know, interview person there, and then the camera crew.
Right.
It was, dude. It was so funny.
That's great.
It was so funny.
And
what did you guys do when you left then? Like when they left, like did you guys like make fun of them?
Oh,
or?
dude, yes, 100%. And there was like a part where they did like family interviews too, and of course, y'all would have to meet him to understand. But my papaw is the definition of a Southern redneck, right?
Like stand-up white beater, wears American flag shorts.
No,
the Walmart.
like we're talking like stand-up
shit.
shirt with the damn overalls.
Okay.
With an American
No
flag, bandana
no
on.
underwear underneath
Oh,
of that.
Bro,
It's just
like,
all,
and like the white Walmart tennis shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like he's got this white beard that's out to here, and he's got a mullet. Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever saw my mullet. You know, I just donated my mullet, just cut it off. But he's got the big mullet, and he's got the big white beard. It looks like Santa Claus, honestly.
Nice.
And so, and they pulled up, and these dudes are like, me and Brandon are over here skinning deer. My papa's standing on the porch in a pair of overalls.
He's like, who the fuck are y'all?
Dude, it was a culture shock for them, I promise you.
I love that, dude.
And so they did these like family interview parts, dude.
Like one-on-ones?
Well, like it was all of us sitting in the living room, you know? And if you go in my papa's living room, it's like deer hanging on the wall.
Okay.
And it looks like a log cabin on the inside. He's got like the cedar planks.
Nice.
That's dope.
You know,
That's beautiful.
So these dudes walk in there and they're like,
are we at Bass Pro?
Dude, oh my God, dude, they were freaking out. So we're all sitting there and they're like, you know, asking Noah these questions and about showing animals. Like we talked about showing animals. They're like, well, what do you mean showing animals? And we're like, well, we raised these steers or whatever, bulls, whatever we had it for that year, and we take them to an arena. We walk them around the arena, and people give us money for raising these cows, like kids, like FFA, you know, 4-H, whatever.
Right.
And these people had never heard of it.
They were like,
oh yeah, it was wild.
They got to find out what happens after.
Well, we had said something about. They were like, the one guy said, so then you take care of these animals and what, you bring them home? And I said, no, we butcher them. And he was like, what? Dude, his face literally twisted. You know, like, and he was like, so you eat them? I was like, well, most of the time we sell them to other people for them to eat, but I mean, somebody eats them.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, do you name them? I was like, well, yeah, you know, like every animal I ever showed in the fair had a name.
Yeah.
You know, because they put the name of the cow, you know, with your name and whatever. And he was like, so you name these animals, you spend time with them, and then you kill them. I was like, to eat, yes.
Yeah, it's,
you know,
that's
like,
insane. Thinking
they
about
just probably couldn't wrap their head around
thinking
that.
about
Exactly.
somebody that has never been involved in that process and they're learning it for the first time, thinking they're just gonna interview for the American Idol. They're just getting smoked with the wild side of country.
oh yeah.
So, do you prefer chicken or beef then?
That's tough. That's tough.
See, I got the question. That's where the question is, man.
I am an avid chicken wing eater, dude.
I like chicken wings. I
love
do.
chicken wings.
But I love beef. I love steak.
I love steak too.
I love fucking.
But I'm also
roasts.
my dad's from Louisiana, so
Crawfish,
I like Cajun
goddamn.
food. Like, so I'm a seafood eating some gun. Dude.
Oh man, crab legs. You probably had some banging crawfish broils.
Oh, dude, I do massive crawfish bowls every year, dude.
What?
What's the one dude?
Let's get it,
cracker
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, Stale Cracker.
Gotta
Yeah.
get you with a collab.
I met him,
with it.
dude.
Hit him
met
with
him?
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
He
he
was
was
at,
the two-step.
Oh, dude, I got all the two-step stuff for sure.
I
But
love that.
he was in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, at Champy's.
Okay.
It's like this little restaurant.
Okay.
And they set up in the parking lot, and he had that big old boiler out there.
Yeah.
Dude, he boiled probably 400 pounds of crawfish that day.
Holy heavens.
Holy shit!
But
my God.
But he's the same dude live that he is on TikTok. Like, dude, we were
He's
sitting
like, I'm
there,
gonna show you how to skin a gator, dude.
and bro, he was sitting out there, and you know, my dad's family was from Louisiana, so I've heard some people, you know, have that accent or whatever, but his is thick, dude, like thick. And so the whole time he's like, yeah, dude, put that on a cracker, dude. Like the whole time, and you're just like, he never quits talking that way. Like it's not even, it's not even like a personality. It's like.
That's him.
Literally just him.
That's wild.
That's cool though. You know, he's not faking it like that.
Oh yeah, no,
that's so cool. I think the Booger boys definitely need to take a trip to Nashville.
Oh, dude, y'all, bro.
And if I have one of your crawfish, dude, I'm a food connoisseur, bro. I don't look like it.
I feel like most people are food connoisseurs.
Dude, I'm definitely a food connoisseur.
But I am the skinniest.
I haven't been building this table muscle for 28 years for nothing.
This table muscle,
bro. I'm the skinniest fat dude I swear you'll ever see, bro. I put food away, man. Like
man, I don't know. It like my whole life was always just different kinds of food all the time. Like I said, my dad's from Louisiana, so there was always a bunch of Cajun food being cooked. And then my papaw, you know, he was the guy that smoked all the meats, grilled all the steaks and stuff like that. You know, just like Southern guy thing.
Yeah.
And then
grill master.
You know, my grandmother.
They baked.
Well, but then she like was raised very poor. You know, so like they had to learn how to cook a lot of food for a lot of people with not a lot of money.
So like hobo stew.
Oh man,
bro, I get down on hobo stew.
Or like pinto beans with a ham hock in it,
oh,
and the homemade cornbread, dude.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
I don't know
I've
what
had that.
I don't. Oh yeah, dude. It's mint, dude. Or like turnip greens with bacon and ham hock in it, or whatever. Like, you know, those are the things I grew up eating. Or y'all know what shit on a shingle is?
Yes.
Yeah.
Explain what the hell that is to me.
So dude,
bread.
it's poor folks breakfast gravy is what it is.
Yeah.
Basically. So you take a piece of white bread, make it into a piece of toast. You know, put it in a toaster. Okay, and then you take ground beef, sausage, whatever you got.
Cream of mushroom.
I mean, yeah, and so then you put cream of mushroom in it, or if you're like super poor and you can't afford cream of mushroom, it's literally flour, and we would use fresh milk.
Yeah, and make your own.
And you just make your own little breakfast gravy, and you put that on a piece of toast, shit on a shingle.
Yep. Dude, fire.
The more you know.
It's
The
fire,
more you
bro,
know.
and it's quick and easy, too.
Or if you're really poor and you can't afford white bread, put it over some rice. Son.
rice.
Over some rice, dude.
Some rice.
Oh man, listen.
That's changing the game
Dude,
there.
I'm telling you. And I know this sounds crazy. Don't judge me yet. But if you'll put salt, pepper, and sugar on your rice with some butter, and then put the gravy over top of it, done deal, son.
He's putting us on.
He's getting crazy with it.
Well,
He's getting crazy.
I put him on earlier, bro. We're talking about it. The spicy nuggets from Wendy's, bro.
Oh, dude,
and the chili.
after I leave here, I'm going to Wendy's to do spicy nuggets and chili. I'm doing it.
Oh my god.
Got to.
The fries, you know, it's a game changer, but what it's about to blow your socks off, bro. You're gonna have to pull over, find where your socks went, and then you know, and then carry on from there.
Oh yeah, dude. And food was just one of those things too. Just, I mean, growing up, I was always a big kid. You know, I mean, I'm 6'5", you know, and so growing up,
I forgot how fucking tall you were.
Yeah.
Too.
So I mean, even though
I do look up to you sitting there.
Yeah.
It's such a dude. The camera that is on right now is the funniest goddamn camera in the world because every time you try and adjust, you're still with your cowboy hat like this, bro.
Still looking up to granddaddy.
So, but even my brother's a big kid. You know, my brother's 6'3", 6'4". You know, so we always just grew up. Man, food was just one of those things, man. And everybody was so good at cooking. And my mom, dude, slays in the kitchen, bro. Like, my whole family, dude. If it was ever growing up, every Sunday afternoon, after everybody went to church, everybody went to Nani and Papa's house.
Oh.
And we ate family lunch. It was more like 2 o'clock ish, you know?
Yeah.
It was like a late dinner kind of thing, or early dinner kind of thing. But, dude, it was just every week there was something like, you know what eating aisle chicken is?
Eating out of chicken.
Eating aisle chicken.
Aisle?
You say
aisle, like
eat
like an aisle?
ISLE.
Like an aisle in a store?
Oh, I thought you said eating out of chicken. I was like, what the fuck?
That's all I was like, I don't know. This guy's putting on to something crazy
I was
right
like,
now.
I don't know
dude.
if I want to do that. I was like, are you talking about stuffing the bird, you know? And then you just
I
eat what's
understand
on
why
the
that
inside,
camera
you know?
crew was a little fucked up when they went over there, bro. You were eating out of chicken.
They pulled up and he's like,
Oh, bro.
Oh shit.
No, so Eden, Eden,
Eden.
Isle,
Eden Isle chicken.
ISLE.
You ain't even saying eating. I thought you were Eden.
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 Okay,
Yeah,
keep
Eden.
going.
Okay.
Keep going.
So what it is, you take chicken breasts,
Okay.
wrap them in bacon,
Okay.
and you put dried beef over it.
Okay.
That sounds like smoking a fatty.
What?
So you take ground beef, but you put cheese and jalapenos in it, and you make a log, wrap it in bacon, and then more meat, and you throw it in the smoker.
That sounds fantastic.
And then you cut it open, bro. Oh my god, my stepdad makes that shit. Oh my god,
I'm gonna have to do that. That sounds really
He's
good.
putting you on. He's a skinny fat dude.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm gonna have to
I
do that.
love eating.
but then so then you put the chicken breast in a pan, put butter in between them, so when it cooks, it's getting the butter taste, and then you cover it with cream and mushroom soup and sour cream, and you let all that cook together, and then you put a piece of chicken over rice, and then that sauce that gets made from the sour cream and the cream and mushroom,
Ugh.
put that over.
This
I'm
guy's
telling
getting
you.
crazy.
I'm telling you, dude.
Y'all really know food.
I'm telling you, bro.
I didn't get this fat for no reason.
I fucking bet. It's understandable. There's a lot of people that don't. This is an understandable one here, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, dude.
God bless. Okay, hold up. So let's go to Tennessee. Let's go to Tennessee. You ship off to Tennessee. You go from your farm. What made you do it?
Well, like I said, I did some shows with Charlie Farley a couple times, and I was like, man, like going on the road, playing for all these people, like this is cool, and I never thought that would be a possibility for me,
Right.
So then I started playing some shows locally in my hometown, and it got to where I had a little following, in my hometown, and then I would go play like Little Rock, Arkansas, play some bars and stuff there, and I just always have people come up to me like, hey, like, you're pretty good at this singing thing, like you should really, do this full time, and but in Arkansas live music, it's hard. I've got some friends that do it still in Arkansas that are great at it. They do music full time, and but it just wasn't something that I like. If I was gonna do it, I'm one of those people. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it big.
Okay. Yeah.
So then I worked 3 jobs. I was a bartender, and then I was a waiter at Cracker Barrel, and then I was working security at a nightclub.
You look like a fucking dude that works
That's-
at Cracker
dude, I was
Barrel,
like,
bro. As soon
Cracker
as I
Barrel?
saw you start to laugh, I was like, man, that fit the script.
Breakfast fucks though.
Oh yeah, dude.
Can't lie.
So, but yeah, man, I worked 3 jobs, saved up some money, and man, me and 3 buddies, we moved up to Nashville, and it's been kind of kicking it ever since, man.
That's
So
fucking dope.
you go into Nashville and you immediately start trying to book, get shows, trying to do that?
I had a buddy of mine named Zach Westcott that got me hooked up with shows on Broadway. So I played on Broadway for a long time, but playing on Broadway is one of those things. You make great money, especially during the summers. But
You're talking just like playing on the street?
well, like
talking
no,
about?
like in the bars,
In the
like
bars.
Jason
Okay,
Aldean's
okay,
bar,
okay.
Luke Bryan's bar, all those places.
Okay.
But those places don't let you play music that you've written.
Oh, so you're just doing
Oh,
covers?
covers.
All you're allowed to do is covers.
Oh, okay.
So you're sitting there making a living
On other
playing
people's work.
someone else's,
Okay.
and it's so. And man, you get some people that'll follow you on social medias or whatever, but a lot of times, man, everybody goes to those bars to have a good time. They're not. They want to hear live music. They want to hear people that are good, but they don't give a rip about who you are.
Right, right.
You're playing their favorite songs they hear on the radio every
Right.
day, So, and bachelorette parties all the time. So it's like, and those, everybody's pretty much wasted by the time they get to you. So they don't ever really know who you are as an artist. And so whenever I realized that, I was like, man, this just isn't fun anymore.
Right.
So, and then right after I moved, COVID hit. So,
Oh, so
Yeah.
you were in
Damn.
Nashville on the lock. Probably.
so I moved.
Was it really a lockdown over there though? Y'all
For a
fought-
little bit, it was pretty much locked down, which I was still working. I was working as a bartender there as well, and that all closed down. So at the time, I was engaged, and so me and her, we moved back to Arkansas.
Okay.
And, my stepdad at the time he was a salesman for Coca-Cola. And that was a summer job I'd had when I was, in high school and stuff, was working at the warehouse there.
Mm-hmm.
And so they got us jobs so we could, still have income. So I was living at my grandparents' house in Arkansas, paying rent on a house in Tennessee.
Man, shout out Paw Paw, man.
Yeah,
Dude. Yeah. My grandparents, my nanny and my papa, dude. Saints, brother. They are the... I'm telling you right now, if it wasn't for them, there's no telling where I would be. My mom and my dad are great, don't get me wrong. But there's a lot of times in our life that even my mom and dad couldn't provide certain things.
Mm-hmm.
And if it wasn't for them...
Hell yeah, dude.
So, yeah, that's why, like, my album, I wrote a song called Hey Papa, and that was on my album, my full-length album I released. The whole album was called Hey Papa. That's the title track of the album.
Nice.
He's my best friend.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's my dude.
So then, so you shipped back up to Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
After, I probably want to calm down.
Yeah. So I was a bartender at Buffalo Wild Wings at the time, and when they opened back up with their full bar and everything, that's when we moved back.
Hell yeah.
So you're from Arkansas. Did you ever meet Bobby Bones?
No. I think I've met him like in passing. He would have no idea who I am.
Right.
But he's actually from Mountain Pine, Arkansas.
Okay.
And so Mountain Pine is 20 minutes from Royal.
Mm-hmm.
So like I went to church with his sister.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. So like,
Okay.
I mean, she's a good bit older than me, and I didn't even know whenever we were going to church with her, I didn't know that was his sister. You know, like I had no clue. And I mean, and we didn't until he blew up on the radio stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody from where we work, because he didn't blow up through Arkansas radio.
Oh,
you know?
okay.
So he was already in Nashville doing this thing whenever he got big.
Gotcha.
So nobody in our little town knew who the hell he was until he started repping the Hogs all the time.
Right.
You know, and everything. And then telling people, oh, yeah, I'm from Mountain Pine, Arkansas. And then he, like, released his little biography.
Yeah.
You know, about the struggles that he went through as a kid and stuff like that. And Mountain Pine it's smaller than my town.
Really?
So, yeah, like, it's stupid tiny. And they've got a little bitty school out there. And it's just, you know, it's one of those places where you blink, you miss it.
Right,
know?
right.
And it's super small. So...
Who's the biggest person that you've met or partied with since you've been up in Tennessee? Because I know a lot of people go rolling through. It's kind of one of the reasons why I don't want to go, is because if I go and like I just get like this culture shock kind of deal of like potentially running into all these people. Like you see, all these people have these bars.
Yeah, there's always a chance to run into these people. I've met so many people. Probably like the biggest names. I met Morgan Wallen.
Okay.
I've met Howdy. I've met Lainey Wilson.
You met? Wait a minute.
That's baby.
You met Lainey?
Yeah, I met
Baby Laney.
So Lainey is from Baskin, Louisiana.
Okay.
My dad is from Baskin, Louisiana.
Okay.
Her grandmother was my dad's high school principal.
Okay.
So
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so like once
Little tie there.
Yeah, once me and her kind of made the connection, you know, we talked about that. So that was a cool little connection there. So
Dang,
Look me in my eyes right now. I gotta
Tell
look
me.
at you, but I'm looking.
she's beautiful. She is.
That's a statement.
That's all I'm gonna. She is beautiful. She's a very beautiful woman.
So beautiful.
My man's infatuated over here.
Bro, it's like driving through West Virginia, bro. You're going down her back. It's like, you know, you get there, and then boom, the mountains.
Oh my God.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, I gotta go up this hill.
hey, man. I always find her fame really interesting to me in country, is because she made music a decent amount and everything. And like, I'm not gonna say like fully. I'm not gonna say fully it was because of the truck, but it was like randomly on TikTok you just saw Lainey Wilson dump truck, and like the search bar when you come scrolling through and like you're going on videos, like it's like little like, hey, search this up, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It blew up, and then out of nowhere now she is just on top.
Well, and you know, and it's really funny too. Whenever you look at like her career, like she released that song "Dirty Looks," and I know not a lot of people maybe even know that song, but she has a song out called "Dirty Looks." That's a fantastic song, and that came out a good bit before that. And then she even released a video on her TikTok about, well, if that's what gets me famous, I guess, like,
right. Yeah,
whatever.
she owned. I love how she owned up to it. Yeah,
and then her and Lauren Elena now have the song about their butts. Yeah, basically. And so it's just she's taking it and run with it. And
that's the niche.
It's gonna make her money.
She went on tour with Luke, didn't she? Or wasn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought she. I was like,
well, I don't know if she went on tour with
Luke.
She
make a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Oh my god.
This guy.
I know her and Luke.
Somebody get the water gun, dude. Just shoot him a little bit.
I know her and Luke used to write together a lot when they first moved to Nashville. But that's another thing that people don't realize is Lainey was in Nashville for like 10 years.
Yeah,
she was grinding.
I knew that. She was like living in a camper.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And that's the part that people don't see, which is crazy. And for her to be able to bowl, man, props to her.
And that
did it take a weird turn? Yeah, but she put her nose to the grindstone for 10 years.
Yeah.
And now look, she's one of the biggest names in country music right
100%.
now. She's on tour with Howdy right now.
It might have been Howdy I was thinking of. Yeah. I know she just was on a bigger tour with somebody.
She was on tour with Howdy.
That's crazy. See, that's nuts.
I know that camper she was living in, she said at one point, there wasn't even running water in it, and she was still living in there.
Yeah, she was, hooked up to someone else's water and electric.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
See, and, it's cool with social media now as artists and everything like that. Like, we post up all the time. We get viral videos here and there. Like, some people might not know who we are on the street. There's been a bunch of people that come up randomly and just Boogered up. We're like, what the fuck? Yeah. There was one story of Evan. He's not here tonight, but he was on a plane heading back from Dallas, I believe it was. And in front of him, there was a dude binge watching our videos right in front of him. And he was like, what the fuck is happening? But I wanted to ask you, and I don't remember the gentleman's name. You know who I'm talking about, Richmond.
Oliver Anthony.
Oliver Anthony. That kind of deal where it's just like that one song that'll hit that goes nuclear. I want to know what you think you can do that make people catch that. Is this song that you got on right now? Or is this the song?
Yo, hey, look, this one's blowing up right now. I've got a song. It's coming out on the 29th.
The song's not even out yet?
No, dude.
Oh, that's, so you still dancing with the hot water?
Yeah, dude. So we haven't even released that one yet. It comes out on the 29th, but that song is the most views I've ever had on anything. And it's a very relatable song. It's about my divorce. The things that I was going through at the time. And it's funny, the way the song happened was even crazier. I'm part of a group in Nashville called Unhinged, and it's just me and 6 of my best friends that we all are writers, right? Mm-hmm. And we all write together almost on a weekly basis. And 2 of the members of that group, 2 of my best friends, Emily Ortego and Matt England.
Shout out.
Those are my people. So they wrote this song, and they basically hated the song. They're like, and they were trying to write it for me because they knew I was struggling at the time. That I wasn't writing with nobody. I wasn't playing shows nowhere. I was just, I was depressed,
Mm-hmm.
And so they were wanting to write a song for me to be able to sing, to maybe help me get out of a funk, right?
Right.
Well, then me and Emily were on the road. We're going to play a show in Virginia. And she was like, hey, I want to play you this song that me and Matt wrote. I was like, all right. And she was like, we hate it, but we want your input on it because we wrote it for you.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, all right, cool.
Did you not know this?
No, I didn't know anything
that's beautiful.
About it. So she plays me this song, and I just fell in love with it. And I was like, I feel like I can add stuff to this because it's what I'm going through.
Right.
But whenever you get to hear the song, the chorus of the song, I didn't touch it at all. It was perfect. So I changed some words in the verses and in the bridge of the song, and it just kind of came to life.
I love that.
And then, and then after that, I had one video. I was playing at a writer's round at the Dogwood in Nashville, and someone took a video of it, and they're like, dude, you need to post this song. And at the time, I was going through the divorce stuff. I didn't know if it was a good idea. But then I was like, man, whatever. What the hell? Let's post it. And it got 93,000 views, quick.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, so people are digging this. And I would get messages from all these people
Drop the song.
dude, like we need the song now. And then it just turned into me playing it and playing it and playing it and playing it everywhere. And then a record label heard it. And I can't say names on that part yet, but they brought me in to play this song for them.
Okay.
And they love the song. Dude, they call me like all the time, like I'm in constant contact with these people. So
That's badass.
Hell yeah.
hoping that this song leads to
Keep the masters.
Hopefully this
The record
podcast
deal.
doesn't ruin what you got
Oh,
going.
no.
Keep the masters.
No, that's sick. That's sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean, I think that,
what's the title of the song?
Your Side of the Bed.
Your Side of the Bed.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's deep.
Yeah.
Did you come up with the title, or was that originally theirs?
They did, yeah.
I love the fact that your friends that are writers saw what you were going through and decided to write off of your experiences or your story, and then we're like, we don't like it. We want you to be able to partake into it, and if you like it, basically, like you can do what you need to do with it.
Oh yeah, and
that's beautiful.
The hook line of the chorus is what got me, because like at the time, I was living on a buddy's couch.
Okay.
Because my soon-to-be ex-wife she kept the house, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I am living on my buddy's couch, and the hook line said, "I still can't face your side of the bed." And I was like, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I heard it, I started bawling.
I would
was like,
imagine,
bro. And I was like, it's literally perfect. It's literally perfect. It changed some words, and then it just came out to be one of the best songs ever.
And got you out that funk.
Mm-hmm.
That's dope.
I love that made you inspired to be like, yeah, I'm gonna attack now.
And bro, and that's the cool thing too is like, and once I saw it blow up, and once I realized like what this song could do, bro, it was like a swift kick in the ass, bro. Like I was like, I've got all these people, that I've got to put on my back, like people I'm supporting,
Right.
like not only my family, like I've got a daughter, like I've got all these people in my life that it's time for me to buck up, like, and yeah, I've been in town for 5 years. I've been in Nashville for 5 years, and I've had people look at me. I've had people say, "Hey, you're good. You got this. Keep going." And then you just get to a point where you're like, "Damn, like 5 years, and I feel like I haven't accomplished much." But then you look at the I had to sit back and be like, "Hey, like I've got this group of people that loves me and supports me. I've got a family back home that loves me and supports me, and I'm sitting here crying about it. Nah, it's time to like get up." And since then, dude, I've probably wrote about 35 songs.
Holy
Fuck yeah.
shit!
Just going off, and some of them have been heartbreak songs. Some of them have been, "Hey, I'm gonna get over you" songs. Some of them have been, "Hey, I'm going to drink with the boys" kind of songs. And it's just, bro, I'm telling you, man. Once I get that record deal, or once I, maybe find some sponsors to help me pay, because music is expensive. That's a part. Like,
Yeah.
a cheap single in Nashville is $1,500.
Jesus.
So
Like to
once-
get it professionally mastered.
Like
and
the
stuff?
producing,
Okay.
yeah.
Have a band come in, play it, whatever. Like when I did my Hey Papal album, that was $11,000, dude.
Oh,
11 grand, which I had sponsors. I had
Right.
sponsors for all that. So I think I only paid like $2,000 out of pocket.
that's nice.
Yeah,
So
that's nice.
Everybody, and like that's where Happy Hooker came in.
That's also kind of crazy because like I've been in 2 death metal bands and I didn't understand that process of that, especially like in different genres of making music and making albums and such, not realizing that you can get sponsors for the album to help you pay to get through with it. I never thought about that.
Well, see, and and country music's a whole lot different. Because like, and I don't want to downgrade any other genre of music because everybody has their grind, and you have to be talented to make it no matter what. Right. But like a lot of these like pop singers and stuff, a lot of their tracks are, computer generated.
Yeah,
stuff
like the
that.
beats and stuff.
Yeah, so like you don't like with country music, you can generate those tracks on a computer, but it's not going to sound the same.
They ain't gonna touch your soul like you need it to. You know what I'm saying?
Like you put in a steel guitar with a good acoustic guitar player, that's going to touch your soul, and you got to pay those people to do that.
Yeah,
you know what I
right.
mean? Or even you just said metal bands. There's not very many people in the world that can shred like metal guitar players,
Right.
That can drum like drummers in metal band. I'm not even a metal head. Like I'm not a metal. I don't mind metal music. It's not my go-to.
Right.
But dude, when I see a drummer
Oh
for a
my
metal
God.
band just going nuts, bro, there's nothing like that, and you can't replicate that.
Right.
on a
No,
computer.
yeah.
Right.
You just can't. And so and even like Hardy's new stuff, like the rock stuff he's got coming out.
Yeah,
right now.
I
Bro,
think my favorite song by Hardy is that Truck Bed. That's like
Isn't the one? There's that one with Taylor Lewan in the music video. You see that? He's made a music video. It's like the party in the front yard kind of deal.
Watch the music
we got locked
videos.
out.
Yes.
Yeah, you got locked out the house where they had a party again. Yeah.
Yeah.
That party, that song kind of fuck. I'm not a big Hardy guy for some reason, but like that song, I was kind of like, okay, this kind of fucks.
Well, dude, if you're a metal fan, bro,
he's got some.
You need to go listen to his Mockingbird and the Crow album.
Is that the one? He's like, this ain't a radio song.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's got.
He literally screams.
What is that guy's name that sings on that song? He's a big time metal artist.
Hold up. I know you're talking about. Hold up.
Gosh dang it.
Whatever
his name is, but Hardy brought him in on that song.
I was about to say, you guys are doing great. I don't know what we're doing here, but
dude, you like if you like,
yeah, look it up. You got your phone on you.
If you like metal music though,
yeah,
Hardy dips into a lot of that metal stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and like, there's a little bit of me that's like, yeah, this is cool, and there's a part of me like, I'm a massive wrestling fan. And so he did.
Oh, when he was on WrestleMania or whatever.
Yeah, dog.
Jeremy.
He performed it.
Yes.
I don't know. It doesn't show the last name without me playing it, but it's Jeremy McSomething.
Can't even think of his name. He's like big in the metal scene or whatever.
Cool,
you know?
cool.
So like
the performance, him yell like that.
Like,
yell. I'm like, I don't need
out?
that for you. I don't. Yeah, the sold. That's what it was sold out, and I was like, I don't need that. That's not what I'm looking for. I have like specific little tastes when I'm going for like certain genres of music, like rap. I want to do like violent, like gun stuff. I want to do like that's all I want. Yeah. I don't want the sappy. I don't want stuff about like talking about your girl and shit like that. I don't need all that. I want I want to walk into a room and be like, yeah, I'm the baddest dude. That's the music that the vibe.
I feel that. If I'm gonna listen to rap music, dude, it's gonna be like older, like Ice Cube stuff.
Yeah,
you know, like, dude, I'm a big Ice Cube.
We were just talking about that today. Taylor didn't know. I was like, Taylor, name me one Ice Cube song, and Taylor couldn't name one Ice Cube. Couldn't name one Pac. I was like,
Tupac. Dude,
I love Pac. Dude. I like Pac more than Biggie, and I know that a lot of people disagree with me on that. But
I just.
But I love Pac, dude.
And then like, bro, like Young Jock back in the day.
Yeah.
And then like early Lil Wayne, dude. I knew every word to every song, dude. Like he never missed.
No,
so
never.
But then, dude, I also had like do you know who Brian McKnight is?
Mm-mm.
He's like a pop R&B artist from like the early 2000s. He was one of my biggest inspirations of like getting outside of country music.
No shit.
And so like I sing higher than what most people would think I do. So like the runs and stuff that I do, I get a lot of that from Brian McKnight, dude. I was a big early Chris Brown fan.
Oh yeah.
Like With You, stuff like that, like that album. Yo, dude, I murdered that song, dude. Murdered that song. Like I got to the point where my dad literally came in one day. I had a 6 CD changer.
Love that,
bro.
Love that.
And so I had like 4 speakers connected to it throughout my room, and my dad would have to come in there all the time, like, hey, turn it down. Hey, turn it down. Hey, turn it down. And then one day I played the album that Kiss Kiss was on.
Okay.
T-Pain, whatever album that was. Exchange Deluxe or something like that. I played that album so much. My dad came in there one day and took the CD from me. He literally said, "Dude, turn this shit off." And I was like my dad knew every word to every Chris Brown song at that time because I listened to it so much.
That's so funny.
That's so sick.
And then I upgraded to the one that had the aux cord, right?
Oh.
And I had the iPod.
Nano,
dude, yes,
Nano.
but it was like the 3rd generation Nano that was like the boxy looking one, you know. And I got on LimeWire, bro.
You had to back in the day, dude.
Had to.
You had to burn that shit straight to it, dude.
Because my mom, dude, every time I bought something off iTunes, my mom would be like, "Oh, what you buying?" Oh, and it had to be like the clean version. Man, me and my friends weren't listening to the clean version on the back of the bus. You know
I
what
want
I
to
mean?
hear a dude say "fuck."
Exactly. And so then, like, I remember, you remember the song "Snap Your Fingers" by Lil Jon?
Yeah.
Bro, okay, funny story. So, my dad got into this big health kick when I was in like 6th or 7th grade, right? And we would go up to my high school, and they had the track around the high school football field, and it was open for public use, right? Yeah. I was never one of those people that could like, until I got older, that would like listen to music to work out or to run, and I hated running. I was in 7th grade. I was fat. I didn't want to run, but my dad took our whole family up there to like walk around the track. So my mom was like, "Hey, can I borrow your iPod?" Didn't even think about the fact that I had just gotten off LimeWire and downloaded all these songs, right?
Nice.
My mom makes it like maybe a lap around the track, and then I heard the full name yelled from across the track, and she said, "Get your ass over here. now. And I was like, oh boy, I'm in trouble. And so I walk over there. She goes, what song is this? And it was Snap Your Fingers by Lil Jon. Oh boy. I was in so much trouble.
Oh my God, you didn't do it for her? You're like,
oh no! I as soon as I heard it, my head went down like this, and I was like, "That's Little John." And she was like, "That's what? That's what? What was it?" That's Little John. And she's like, "Why is it on your iPod?" You know, just go nuts, dude.
You get yourself in trouble.
That's
You get the
Lil
Yin Yang
Jon.
Twins involved in that too. You're a dead man.
Oh yeah, dude.
You're a dead man.
What's the Shake It Like a Salt Shaker? I had
That's
that one
Salt
on there,
Shaker,
bro.
yeah.
Oh my God, bro. I got in so much trouble. She took my iPod home that night and she listened to every song that she could get through. And like before, it died or she just didn't have time to listen to music. Next morning, she wrote down the names of all those songs. And she said, go on there and delete these right now. And I was like,
damn, she
and there
listened
was
to
like
all of them.
There was like 110 of them.
There's no way she didn't listen to Salt Shaker and was like,
I know for a fact she heard Lollipop.
by Wayne?
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, like, I know Shoulder Lean. Young Dro was one of them. Bro, I got in so much trouble.
I bet.
So much. A Crime Mob, dude. I had like the whole Crime Mob album on my phone or on my iPod. I got in so much trouble for that one, dude. It was nuts. It was nuts.
God. You went from getting, you can't have any of this music on to, all right, we're going to get down and gritty with it.
You know
whenever my parents aren't listening, dog, we're twerking ass cheeks in this room, dog.
Oh, bro, and then like, I don't know if y'all have it up here, but we have the Christian music station, K-Love.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
So my mom made me listen to K-Love, took my iPod away, and made me listen to K-Love for a month.
Damn.
Oh, dude.
How does that sound blasting over your speakers in your room?
Hey, like Jesus music, man. We had to worship up. You know what I mean? Praise Jesus.
He's like,
Praise Jesus.
You're like, hey, if I gotta praise, all y'all gonna praise.
That's right.
I fucking love that.
Yeah,
so
dude.
So he's an inspiration of music you took from Chris Brown and other gentlemen. You said, is that where your original? Is that the one set of artists that really pushed you to start working on your vocals, or like what did you get the influence from?
Those guys. Jason Crabb, which is he's a Christian artist as well, but he does more like country Christian kind of thing.
Okay,
and dude has the most insane voice ever. I listened to him a lot. Rascal Flatts was a big inspiration.
Life is a highway.
Dog, I didn't even mention this on the Friday episode. I've never been a Rascal Flatts dude. I can't stand his voice. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it,
bro.
I forgot that they announced this. I don't know the lead dude in it. He come out to sing. He came out to sing the national anthem for the Bengals game, and I was like, God damn it! And then my wife on this side goes, I love Rascal Flatts. It was the funniest. She was already drunk. Everybody's like taking the hat off, getting ready, posture up. I love Rascal. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, dude. What is going on?
This is America's time.
Oh, dude, it was right before it, dude. I was like, way to amp it up. Way to get that little moment of like, yeah, dude, we're about to get this shit.
And then but Chris Stapleton, before Chris
Stapleton
like when he was the lead singer of the Steel Drivers.
Okay.
Like
didn't know that.
It's so Chris Stapleton used to be the lead singer of the Steel Drivers, and I was a massive fan of the Steel Drivers. So then I really his voice is just ungodly.
Yeah.
We almost got his national anthem to play at the golf scramble. We almost played that over top of it because it's so beautiful.
Oh yeah, dude, it's so good. So I kind of took from all these different genres, all these different kind of artists, and just kind of and then even my papa was a big fan of like old school country music. Mm-hmm. So
I wouldn't. That does not surprise me in the slightest bit after you explain this guy.
So my favorite kind of country music is like 90s. So
90s country.
My dude, and will always in my mind be an underrated artist.
Alan Jackson.
Travis Tritt.
Massive
Travis Tritt fan.
I had an opportunity to go see him literally in my town over. He performed at the Ritz.
Yeah, I was
super small.
He
theater.
did, didn't he?
Yeah, because I was on the phone, bitch. I was like, why the fuck do I want to go see Thomas Tritt? Free tickets, and I didn't go see him.
Yeah, dude. Travis is just...
Damn, I fucked up then.
What?
I fucked up then. I know one song by him.
Did he say Thomas?
I think he did, but yeah.
Yeah, Thomas Tritt.
Travis Tritt.
Thomas Travis, same person.
He said Charles, like, I don't think he said the right name. And I look over at Cody Ray and he's like, God damn it. God damn it.
But yeah, no. So like, and then like Randy Travis, Merle Haggard, George Jones, Marty Robbins. If you're kicking it way back,
Yeah.
all those guys, and that's where I kind of get my songwriting style from. Is like all those guys told very detailed stories in their songs, and so I don't write a whole lot of like upbeat like drinking songs or whatever. A lot of my shit is just sad, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. It's sad 90s style, heavy steel guitar, country music. And I got that just from, man, the storytellers. And, like, I would say that I'm a storyteller songwriter, and like if you go listen to my Hey Papaw album, every song on there, I've got like 2 like upbeat, like kind of bangers or whatever, but then the rest of them are just these sad country music, just make you want to cry and drink a beer.
Yeah, that's why like I couldn't listen to almost any of your music except for Baptized and Dirty Water.
Dirty Water, yeah.
That's like the only song I could. Everything else was like, this is not. When it comes to country, I'm not there for the soft and sad stuff.
Right,
I'm only into soft and sad stuff when it comes to like pop and like punk, not pop, but like punk. Like the pop punk.
Come my wrist and black
No, that's not it. But yeah, come on. Yeah, no. It's like whenever I'm into the country deal, I'm into like I'm gonna go into the woods and I'm gonna drink with my boys and we're gonna get down and gritty with it.
Like some
but that song back then, because that was right around the time when I first met you. It was the only time I've ever met you before. It was when we were out fishing. And we can get to that story because that's a funny ass story. But I heard that song and I was like, this motherfucker's got something here. Like this guy's dancing in good water.
Yeah.
It's a little, if you ever haven't heard the song, it's a banger. It actually is. He's baptized in Dirty Water.
That is my least favorite song that I've ever put out.
Really?
Dude.
Why?
Can't stand that song.
Why? Is it because you fucking had to sing it like 4,000 times when you came?
Well, that, but like...
Every time I see him come to Fremont to play a show, it's like he plays all of his songs. Everybody's like chill, they'll love it and shit. And then he'll go to play that one. The whole fucking crowd's like, let's fucking go.
And bro, like even this past Saturday, I played the Fickert Barn Party. Bro, I played Dirty Water as my last song, and I'm telling you, bro, they kept on coming up. One more time. I probably played the last chorus of that song 15 times Saturday night.
Damn.
Bro,
that was in the town though, right?
Yeah, but it's in it's in Fickert's Barn. By the time I play my last song, everybody is hammered.
Right.
So it's just like, play it again. And it's just like, oh my God.
Play it again.
But that song, the lyrics to that song are great. I love the lyrics to that song. I love the meaning to that song. But it was one of those cheap productions. I think I paid $500 for that song to get produced. So it was very cheaply done. Doesn't compared to everything else I have out, it's not Zach Davis quality in my head, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
all I'm hearing is you need to rewrite this. You need to get this structure down and pay $1,500 for it.
I mean, I've told people like once I because the lyrics of that song are very good, and I think one of these days once I like have that backing and I have that money to go with it, I would love to reproduce that song.
Hell yeah.
I think like to do, or maybe even like a remix, maybe change it up a little bit, like.
You got 35 more to work on before.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and like I said, I've got songs in the bank. Like I've got all that kind of stuff backed up. So I think it's one of those things where, one of these days when I do make it, I'm not gonna have trouble filling out an album.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, we can tell.
Yeah. So
I like that. I like that energy that you have with the 35 songs as soon as you got out of it.
Yeah, and that's just this year, bro. The past couple of years, bro. If I just looked at my catalog of songs that I've written, I've probably got 75 to 100 on deck, ready to rock.
God bless.
That I would either sing myself or I would be willing to pitch to another artist.
Hell yeah.
How many of them notebooks you go through then? Them spiral notebooks?
Bro, my dad actually buys me these writer's notebooks, and they're like leather.
Yeah. Super nice, yeah.
Yeah, and so I write in those until I fill it out, and then he'll go buy me another. And it's always got like a quote or something on the front, like that's meaningful. But then I always save them on my phone just in case something happens to those books.
Yeah.
But I've probably got like 7 or 8 leather bound books that are just full of, and some of those songs are unfinished. Like I've got titles and maybe a few lines, and I'll go back through those books and just flip through and like get ideas, you know, of maybe something I want to take to a write, you know, because a lot of times like I know next month I've got 17 writes already booked.
Wow.
So basically that's me and one or two other people. We hit a room and we get there and we're like, all right, you know, does anybody have any ideas, or does anybody want to do something? And we lay out all these ideas or whatever, and we say, oh, we like that title, or oh, we like that line, and then that's where a song is born.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah,
So
wow.
So yeah,
That's kind of nuts.
yeah, dude, it's wild.
That's pulling the curtain back right there.
Yeah,
I like
dude.
that. I like
that's
that.
crazy.
No, dude, and it's so cool to like once you get in a room with people, especially like my unhinged group that I was talking about, right? Like we know each other so well that like we say a title and we know exactly where the person wants to go with it, you know.
Nice.
And so we'll sit there and we'll take the title and then we'll say, well, what kind of vibe do we want this song to have? And then we make a melody on the guitar and then we write. So
Okay.
it's like, you know, you just build from what it's going to sound like to what you want it to say, and then all of a sudden you have a song.
Then you
and
build.
sometimes
Then
it
you
takes,
nuts.
you know, sometimes it takes 2 hours,
Right.
3 hours, 4 hours, whatever
That's
it
still
is.
crazy that it only takes 2 hours
Yeah, and there's
to
sometimes, dude,
create a whole song that's going to be a banger.
yeah, it's like, and there's sometimes, dude, like, I'm trying to think of one just, for example, like my song, Hey Papa, for example. I wrote that song in 32 minutes.
Wow.
Holy
Also,
shit.
By
32
myself.
is wild.
Yeah, because
Why
I
did
just
you
remember,
know by 32?
well, because I just remember I started writing the song, and it was just, I had line after line after line, and I just kept writing and writing and writing. And then I just remember I looked at the clock, I was like, holy shit, I've only been writing for 30 minutes, you know?
That was a
And,
deep pour of the
you
heart.
know,
That's what that
exactly,
was.
You know, and so it's just like, man, sometimes, man, and I've been in rooms with other people where we write a song in 45 minutes,
Right.
you know? Or there's sometimes we get in a room, we haven't seen each other in a while, so we're catching up, we're cutting up, and we do that for an hour, and then 30 minutes after that we have a song.
Huh.
Dude, it's wild.
That's nuts,
It's
dude.
wild. And sometimes it's the conversation we're having before, or the cutting up before, and we're like, oh, what you just said.
Yeah.
That's the title.
Yeah.
And then we get inspired like that, and then boom, 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 boom.
then
boom,
you
boom.
start tracking. Yeah, it's a little trickle down like a snowball going down.
That's crazy.
Dude,
I want-
it's wild, man.
I want to throw something at you because we talked about this way back in the day. And yeah, look at the face. Yeah. We were talking about this way back in the day, and this is something I was thinking about when we messaged each other a couple months back. I was thinking, like, this is the perfect dude. Because I was thinking about you way back when we were even talking about this. Because I was like, I got a homie. We wanted to do a country song.
Like you guys write one?
We wanted to have an artist work with us and make a country song. Just about, let's start some drinking beer. Let's talk about some dirty shit.
Shooting Roman candles at each other.
Let's
Yeah,
have
word.
let's have a banger of like a summer banger,
It's
or like
Friday
a winter
night,
banger.
you know, barefoot in the field. You know what I'm saying? You know,
I want to put something together that's like it's funny as
barefoot
shit
blue jean.
because that's what we are. We're funny as shit. Well, we try to. Good ass music, good ass vocals, and then it's just us in the bullshit background. And there's nothing more than I want to do than have Cody Ray hit a high note because back in the day he used to sing "It's a Sweet One"
The Dr. Pepper
from the Dr.
commercial.
Pepper commercial. He used to sing that all the time on the pod. I want to have it to where at one point it's just like the melody builds up, whatever. Cody Ray gets in, we go right back into the chorus.
hit
let's do it.
him with that preview.
Wait, what'd you say?
Hit him with that preview.
I thought you said pre-brew.
Yeah, you say hit him with the baby.
That's my.
It's the sweet one.
Dude, pipes, bro. Pipes, I'm
do it.
telling you, dude.
Like
do
Little
it.
Sweet. You ever seen Little Sweet on
Oh
the
yeah.
commercials?
You know who that is too?
Who?
It's Constantine Morales. He was an American Idol like contestant.
Oh, no
however many
shit.
years ago. Yeah.
No shit. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
But yeah, dude, no, all y'all, dude, if y'all would just like send me some lines specifically that you want to be in it and like a title or something.
No, let's get working on that shit, dude.
Let's
I'm
do it.
stoked for
I
it.
want
Yeah.
it to be boys mudding in the field, you know, fucking.
Bring your ass back over here
Big
and we'll
ass-
shoot a whole video for it and
Let's
we'll
do
post
it.
it all
I'm
up.
down, bro.
We gotta
I'm
get
down.
fucking Payne in it though. He'll take us to where all the
Oh
fucking
yeah,
spots will be.
yeah.
Austin?
Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude, that's-
Shout
hey,
out
that's my
Deer
boy.
Slayer, you little fucking.
He'll take us to where
I
all
know
the
he's
spots
listening
are.
right now. He's an avid listener to the pod. Every
my
time I
boy,
shout him
man.
out, he's like, "You dickhead." He's a good dude. He's a good dude.
He's good people.
Also, you're talking about good people. I got a message from Cowboy.
Oh
Cowboy,
yeah,
where
oh
is he?
yeah. I forgot. I'm supposed to shout him out too. By the way, He told me I met him at Fickert's party the other night. He was like,
Okay.
"You gotta talk about me on the podcast."
Have you ever? You've met him before, right?
No, that
You've never met Cowboy?
that was my first time meeting him.
Holy shit! Because the whole single time we were going through growing up, dude, there's this guy Cowboy. I'm not gonna say his full name because everybody knew him as Cowboy. He would have the parties at his house that were fucking ridiculous, bro. I've been to some house parties, and then there's Cowboy's house parties. We're at like 3:00 in the morning after an aggressive night of beer pong and battle beers, slugging beer. We're sitting on the porch drinking moonshine, and then the state trooper pulls up and we run inside the house. Oh, don't open the fucking doors. They leave. We get back to partying and it's like 4:00. We're sitting in the closets and shit hiding. We've had some fucking parties there, dude. I thought for sure you were there for the longest time, but I remember I was another tall, big ass dude. But you
big ass guys, we kind of run together.
Yeah, you guys
We
all
kinda
look
run
alike a little
together.
bit, you know? But dude, when he messaged me, I was like, fuck, bro. Going back down memory lane and all that shit,
Yeah.
I was like, you would have fucking fit so perfect in those goddamn parties.
Yeah.
It would have been reckless. But no, I wanted to talk about Nashville more. I want to talk about Nashville because we did mention about the fact that you were bringing up people that you have seen and such. Have you ever partaked in Kid Rock's bar and met Kid Rock?
So I have partaked in Kid Rock's bar. It is a wild scene, dude. It's packed all the time. And
Have you ever seen? I don't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good.
Have you ever seen Kid Rock drinking Bud Light?
I haven't personally seen
You haven't seen it with your own eyes?
No, I
Well,
have
I was
not.
about to say we're getting. There was some photos out there.
I haven't personally seen it. The only time I've ever met him was at the Ruth Chris Steakhouse in Nashville.
Ooh.
Yeah, he walked through and I was
My
like,
boy eating a Ruth Chris.
You were
I was
just like, what the
"Bro,
fuck?
And I just I was with whoever that was that I was with, and I just remember he walked by. I was like, "Oh my God, that's Chris Rock!" Or
That's Chris Rock.
Damn it,
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock. And I was like, "Oh my God, that's Kid Rock!" And I just remember like I kind of stood up. I was like, "Hey, not to make it weird, just want to shake your hand." He was like, "Oh yeah, man," Shook his hand, sat back down, kept eating. But it was the coolest thing ever.
I bet.
Ever.
One back
you
to
saw-
smacking a
you-
steak meets Chris Rock. I mean,
Kid Rock. Yeah. Dang, Chris Rock.
He starts walking by and you just.
Oh, dude, I did. I just remember. I just looked up and I was like, "Oh my God, it's him!" Like it's
American
the
badass.
yeah. But it's just, just like you said, you never know who you're gonna run into up there, man. You
Who's
never
your
know.
Who's your dream collab?
Oh man, that's tough. As a writer, as a songwriter, as a singer.
That's a good question back. Let's hit both.
Okay. My all-time favorite person, and you may not even know his name, Drew Parker. He has written so many bangers for Luke Combs. It's not even funny. I think like 4 of Luke Combs' number ones, Drew Parker's a writer on. So, dude if he ever meets me in person, he's gonna know who I am because I comment on every. I'm almost like a stalker. I'm not even gonna lie.
I
Like
love
that's
that.
how much of a fan of this. Dude
I love
am.
that.
Because I went to a Luke Combs concert in Shreveport, Louisiana. Me and Brant drove down one day to go watch this Luke Combs, and I'd already seen Luke Combs in concert, so I was like, eh. I mean, Luke Combs is great, puts on a great show, but I wasn't really there for him. Drew Parker was his opener. I'd never got to see him, and I knew every one of his songs, line for line, word for word. And so he gets up there, and he was only an acoustic opener, so it's just him and a guitar, and absolutely tore it up. And everybody was just like not even paying attention, and
Dude,
I was
they're
in the front row just singing every word, like didn't miss anything.
Right.
So then at the end of his set, he says, "Hey, I'm going to be at my artist table. Y'all come back here and meet me." Right? So I go back there. There's not a soul in line.
What?
And I was like, "What are these people not hearing?
Dude.
This dude is like a god of country music.
Yeah.
What are we doing? So I go back there and I was like, "Hey, Drew, my name's Zach Davis. Big fan." He's like, "Yeah, I saw you singing all the words." I was like, he saw me.
Had to
you
take
know,
it.
like,
Had to
saw
take it
me,
easy.
and so I was like, "Man, can I take a picture with you?" And he was like, "Of course." So we take a picture, and dude, he chopped it up with me for like 20 minutes.
Dude, that's dope as fuck.
It was so cool. So then he actually played CMA Fest this past year, and I was at the venue where he was playing for CMA Fest 30 minutes before he even got on stage. Because I knew as soon as the show before got done, everybody from the front row was going to leave.
Yeah,
And
then
then I was going to get my
You know
spot.
how fest work. Oh, yeah.
So as soon as everybody starts kind of walking out, I got up on the line, and I'm like, I'm holding the gate in front of where he's going to be singing. Like, I'm obsessed with. I mean, it's kind of weird to say obsessed with dude, but like,
You appreciate this guy's work.
oh yeah,
Big
he's,
time.
He's a baller, bro. It's just one of those things. So that would be my dream co-write, and then my dream collab, like music wise as a singer. God, there's so many.
You can only get one.
Dadgum. I think when it comes to like, I think I would almost want to go the female route as like a duet.
Okay.
And bro, I think that me and Carrie Underwood could throw a hell of a song down.
That'd be dope.
I think because you know, like you get two guys on a duet, it's kind of weird sometimes. You know, I mean Hardy and Morgan Wallen do it very well.
Yeah.
But I just, I think if I had to really sit down and think about a duet that I wanted to do, I would have to go with a female and go like Carrie Underwood or even like Shania Twain.
I love how high it is. I love the highest of the mountain he's going for, and I love that shit.
I would. Those would be, I think, vocally paired together. I think it would sound good, and I would. Obviously, I would kill to meet Shania Twain.
Right.
She was my first ever crush.
Right.
So, like,
I would imagine.
I mean, bro, like I remember being a kid, like, hey, what's that? You know, Shania Twain. You know, like the song "I'm Gonna Get You Good," the music video of that, and she's in the black leather pantsuit riding the motorcycle.
You know this like the back of your heart. Yeah.
I was 9 years old. Like, yep.
I know what I like.
Yeah.
That's what I like right there.
She's gorgeous, man. So I think but I think vocally and just they're icons of what country music is.
Right.
So I think that would be dope to do.
This might be the dumbest question of the day for me. Who is the person that does Monday night or Sunday night?
That's Carrie.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah, she fucking kills it. I got it.
Dude.
Gets the blood boiling.
Her voice is so.
Dude, the new one this year is nuts, bro. There's a little twist to it, a little more different. When I was listening to it the first time, I was like, "Oh, we're so fucking locked in, dude." Yeah. I was like, "We're having football now."
Yeah, that's right.
We went through 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock Thursday. None of that fucking mattered because Sunday night was on and she was singing that goddamn anthem, dude.
Yeah, dude.
I love that shit. I hope because we do some editing shit, whatever. I hope that you end up running through with old dude, and you guys can collab because that would be.
Well, it's cool too because I was I got to meet. I guess you could call him a buddy of mine now. He's a songwriter as well. His name's Jordan Walker, and he was a co-writer on some Luke Combs stuff. And so I met him at a writers' round one night, and I was like, "Hey, bro, like." Big fan of your stuff. Would you mind just sitting down with me and letting me ask you industry questions? And he was like, dude, yes.
That's
a lot of times these artists don't give the small time guys the time of the day. So I really thought he was going to say no. Or like he would say yes and then just ghost me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I've had that, and I'm not going to say names, but I've had some pretty established artists do the same thing.
I would imagine.
So,
yeah.
So like, which is weird because like now I have their phone number and and you have to just realize, hey, look, they're not going to text back. So, whatever. Right. But, he never lost contact with me. Like, we set up a day, and I went out, and I was, I asked him a bunch of questions. We talked for probably about an hour and a half. And then he asked me the same, like, question. He's like, who would you want to write with? And I, Drew Parker, right off the rip. And he was like, dude, I'm writing with Drew today. And I was like,
What do I got to do?
And so,
can I sit in on that?
So I just told him, I was like, dude, I have a picture of me and Drew before Drew was who he was and before I was even in Nashville. Like, I've got a picture of us from that concert,
Right.
And he was like, bro, send me that picture. And so I sent it to him, and he showed Drew the picture, and he texted me. He's like, hey, Drew remembers that, blah, blah, blah. Like, we'll try to get something set up. So, I mean, is it something that could possibly happen?
That's gold.
That's dope, dude.
It would be
I'm
sick,
excited for that.
That's awesome, dude.
But, and I mean, those guys, they have pub deals, they have record deals, and so a lot of the people that they have to work with, like, they don't always get the choice of who
they get to clear. They got to clear. So,
I mean, will it be something I might need to get a pub deal before I get to do it? Yeah, maybe. But one of these days, I'm telling you, I'm manifesting it, put it in the air. I will write with Drew Parker.
Yes, sir. I'm
Oh, yeah,
excited for
dude.
that. I
Yeah,
cannot
dude.
wait for that message to be like, you'll never believe who I'm writing with today.
Yeah, dude. I'm
I-
excited.
You mentioned on your phone. I haven't done this yet on this pod. Who is the biggest person that you have on your phone? What's the biggest name? What's the biggest celebrity? Whose number do you have?
Are you,
Probably Hardy's.
oh, that's dope.
What are
Yeah.
so you know what the game? What are the odds are?
Oh no, definitely not.
Do you know what the
Definitely
game?
not.
What are the odds? You can't deny what are the odds.
Definitely not.
You can't deny what are the
Can't do
odds.
it.
These are the rules.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, he may not even know that. Because I got it from like,
Oh, you got it from someone.
yeah.
Oh, you just snuck that phone number, and
Yeah.
I like that. So he has to get your number now, though. So it's,
You know, I gotta build that relationship a little bit. You know, I don't know if it's one of those things, but like you know who Sean Stimley is?
No. I do not.
He's a big time writer in town. Michael Ray, he's a buddy of mine.
relation.
I doubt it. If he's got
but yeah,
talent,
I mean,
then
like,
probably not.
But that's the thing. A lot of times too, like if you ever want to like have a really good chance of running into an artist, go on a Friday or Saturday night to Red Door off Demumbrian Street,
Okay.
and I think it's called Market Street. Is the name of that street that it's on, but Red Door is where it's at. And a lot of those artists will come through, and it's off of Broadway, so a lot of the tourists don't really know about it.
Right.
I'm telling you, that's I've met so many artists through that. You know, just like a lot of the connections that I've made were through Red Door. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know we mentioned it earlier. I don't remember the gentleman's name. It was the black gentleman that dresses as Superb.
oh, Radio Rod, Rodney Smith is his name, but
The
Radio
fashion,
Rod.
the fashion of
Yeah.
that man is superb.
Oh,
I cannot,
dude, and
I
he
cannot
is-
deny it.
He is the most down to earth, chill dude, and honestly, he's the reason I'm still in Nashville.
Him right there.
100%. Yeah. So
Shout out.
So I was
Big shout.
I
Yeah.
released my song "Hit the Bar," which is if you like the up and upbeat stuff.
yeah.
That's the one you want to listen to.
Okay.
And that song actually hit radio.
Nice.
So it got picked up by iHeart, and a lot of stations, if you call in and request it, they're not going to play it. But that song has been played on radio, which is super dope. And so I had some success with that song, right? Well, then I released a couple songs, and they just flopped. And then I released a song called "Daddy Did," and at first it was a flop. And so I remember
so dirty.
huh?
Sorry, the title of that is so dirty.
Daddy Did.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's like, it's a heartbreaker song. You
Damn
know,
it.
like, it is.
Damn
it really
it.
is. But
Wanted some like country sex. Wanted some
Oh.
daddy did. I wanted some
you
daddy
went
did.
a completely different way.
Zach
from
goes in, but daddy did.
Daddy did.
But so yeah, like I had literally I texted my mom. I said, "Hey, I'm moving home. I'm done. I quit. I don't want to be here no more.
Okay.
Whatever." Well, she did the Southern mom thing. She was like, "You know what? Just pray about it." And I had 2 other songs that I had already finished that I hadn't released yet, or 3 other songs. And she said, "Get those 3 songs finished, get them released, and if nothing happens, you can be done."
Okay.
And I was like,
I like
"All right,
that.
You know what? That's manageable." So I literally resorted to going through TikTok Live and just scrolling through TikTok Live. If they were playing music in their live, I would comment, "Hey, what's up?" Blah blah blah. If they didn't have a whole lot of people in it, and they would like respond to my comment, I'd be like, "Hey, do you take song requests?" And then if they said yes, I'd be like, "Oh, hey, play this song by Zach Davis. Play this song by Zach Davis," whatever it was. And so Rodney was on live one night, and he didn't follow me at this point. He had no idea who I was.
Uh huh.
And so I commented, "Hey, you taking song requests?" He said, Yeah, hit me with some new country." And I was like, "Hey, man." And obviously my name on there is Zach Davis Music. So he was like, "Yeah, dude, send me one of your songs. Let's play it." So I said, "Play Daddy Did" by Zach Davis. So he cues it up, he plays it, and he's listening to it. And like I said, like he gets to interview a lot of these big artists. So like he's in the game. Like he's got some skin in it.
Okay.
And then bro, he's listening to it, and he just like, dude has tears in his eyes, and he's like, "Bro, this is what country music is about." And so he gets off the live, and he sends me a message, and he's like, "Hey, don't quit. Like, he told me, he's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make sure that you get to the top.
This shit gonna make me cry.
And I was like, bro,
That's
like I
dope,
appreciate
dude.
that. You know, like that means more to me than you'll ever understand.
Damn,
Yada, yada,
son.
yada. So then probably a few days later, he messages me on TikTok and he was like, hey, I've got this event. And it's actually 2 years ago. 2 years ago? A year ago to today.
Hell yeah.
So it was his birthday. And
So his birthday tomorrow?
yes.
Hey, shout out. Happy birthday.
And so he sends me this thing. He's like, hey, this is my birthday party. We're doing it at this venue. There's going to be a lot of big-time artists there. I want you to come play. And I was like,
That's
I was
electric.
I was like, are you... Electric Jane was the name of the venue. That's cool that you said
I
that.
like that. Hell yeah.
You know, so he was like, are you down? I'm like, yeah, like put me in. I didn't even know what big-time artists were. I didn't even know who he was talking about.
Right.
But I just know if someone in the industry says big-time artists, it's going to be a big-time artist.
Yeah.
So, you know, he sends me a flyer the next day or 2 days later or whatever it was. And it was writer's round style. So basically what it was is like 4 artists would go on stage at the same time and we would each play 3 or 4 songs apiece.
Okay.
And then we would be done.
Yep.
So he sends me the lineup and I'm on stage with Cat and Alex, Angie K. All these people are signed to major record labels, right? And what's the other kid's name? He's Scottish. He's from Scotland. Has a song called Alabama Girl out now, or he just released a song called Alabama Girl at the time. He's got tons. Jordan something, whatever his name was, I can't remember. And dude's a stud. Like all these people are just badass artists.
Big
Right.
dogs.
Bear Bailey, he's gone viral on TikTok. I know you've seen some of his stuff. He was there. Just some massive artists were playing there that night, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I could not believe it. So I show up, dressed to the nines, bro.
I need to see that fit.
Oh, dude, it was have you seen the red jacket fit, bro?
Yeah, I think I
It
have
was
actually.
the night of me and Rodney took the picture with the
Yeah,
red
yeah,
jacket
yeah,
fit,
yeah.
the cowboy hat.
Hard.
Yeah, bro.
Hard.
So dressed to the nines, do my thing. I go and I play the show, and I'm in the green room before the show, and nobody, and I don't want and I know these people probably hear it, and they're all my friends now, but I don't want them to get mad. But nobody says a word to me. Nobody knows who I am.
Yeah.
Nobody speaks. Nothing.
Okay.
So I get on stage, and I play these songs, and the whole room, like it was weird. Like normally you get a bunch of cheers or whatever.
Yeah.
The whole room just shut up. And it's just a birthday party. Like everybody's mingling, everybody's talking, and so I thought, dude, at first I thought I was doing bad. You know, I was like, damn, like they hate it, bro.
Oh my God, you bought.
And so I played this Daddy Did song for him because it's his birthday.
Yeah.
It's his favorite song of mine. So I'm playing it, and it just goes quiet in the whole bar. And I was like, damn, dude, they hate it. Well, I finished the song, and the whole place just erupts. And I was like, this is the coolest thing ever, you know? So I think I played 4 songs that night. We go to the back, and now everybody's like, hey, dude, what is your name? Like, blah, blah, blah. Who are you signed with? Who's managing you? And I'm like, yo, I'm independent as hell. Like, I don't have a manager.
Right.
I don't have a record label. I don't got a publisher. I don't got nothing. And they're like, oh, well, here, let me. And they take me out there and they introduce me to their label people.
Uh-huh.
They introduce me to their managers. They introduce me to whoever. The next day, I get and I can't say names again, but I get a text message from a label. They're like, hey, we're doing this showcase. We need you there. I was like, bro. So that was a year ago, you know, and so it, like the stuff that I've done in the last year,
insane.
it like compared to the 4 years before it,
Yeah, on the
Nuts, bro.
grindstone, and now
Nuts,
you're
bro.
going up. That's why I can't wait.
yeah,
That's why I
So-
mentioned it prior in the beginning of this shit, but I wasn't joking about it because I know you've been on the hot seat. You've been doing good with it. Thank God we got you right before you went
Man.
nuclear because old boy putting in work.
dude. I'm telling you, we're on the brink of it, dude. We're on the brink. I would say, hopefully, and this, I guess, it's my prayer, you know, I play and I write all the time, so I know it's just a matter of time. But I would say within the next 1 to 2 years, I would hope that I've got a record deal, a publishing deal, you have a management company representing me.
You're gonna be starting to make that come up.
you
Making
know,
that money, that
come
bread.
you
Come
know.
up.
So and I mean it's and you know then the grind doesn't stop then. You know,
No, hell no.
because you're competing with the best of the best. By
That's
that
when
point.
you're really having fun.
Yeah,
dog.
and like, and that's the thing, bro. Like, then I'll get to be full-time music, and like right now I got a day job. There's a lot of things I don't get to do. Like I had to take a week off of my day job to be able to come up here and play these shows and do this podcast and stuff like that. Like I can't just take a week off whenever I need to go on tour with somebody or whatever it is. And so, by that time I'll be able to say, hey, to my day job, like, hey, appreciate you guys for paying my bills for the last however long, but deuces.
You got to actually live your career, your life, your
that's
everything.
And then, to be able to devote all of my time, like, obviously, I got to devote time to my family or whatever, but, to be able to devote that to all my work time to be able to be music, dude.
Right.
And, like, have music be what pays the bills. That's a dream.
Right, right.
So we got goals to hit.
Oh, yeah, for
That's
sure,
badass.
for sure. Fairy Tale, what question you got? Because I know you've been steaming up over there. You've been a little quiet lately.
He
I know you
answered
got
a bunch
some.
of mine already. Like
He did.
Yeah, like
I talk a lot, bro.
I told Cody Ray and Nick, I was like, hey, do some research. We're gonna have some good questions. We're gonna make sure we do this shit right, dog.
No, I mean the one I asked already was the chicken or beef because I know he's a Southern man, so I had.
I love that when we do research, country musician, all this. He's like, man, I just want to know one fucking thing, dog.
I just had
Chicken
to know.
or beef? What you got?
No,
Man, hey, look, they're both great.
I love that. I love that shit. No, I want to talk about the story. I want to ask you, have you gotten better with Big Water yet?
Man, no.
So the only time I ever
No.
met him, right? So the only time I ever met him, we went walleye fishing. I'm over there with the rednecks, the wild boys. And we go on the boat. I'm a fisherman at the time, so we're going out there. We're going to do walleye fishing. I've never been walleye fishing on a boat. They bring this guy. I don't know who the fucking guy is. He's got his guitar on the boat. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on right now? We got
That was a little weird.
Music's going to serenade us. And it's because, like we said, every time we come to Fremont, everybody's like, yeah, why don't you play some music? Why don't you just keep playing fucking music, bro? And so he's got the guitar on there. I'm like, all right, whatever. So we get on. We start going on to Lake Erie. Anybody that's listening that don't know what Lake Erie is a beast. And it's not a beast size-wise. It's not really as big as you would think it is. But Lord have mercy, does that not give mercy, bro? That water is crazy. And so he has never dealt with water like that before. So we pull up on the water. We're doing walleye fishing. This motherfucker is about to have a mental breakdown, dog.
I was already in a mental breakdown.
Oh
bro.
man,
This guy was down so bad. We're walking. I'm sitting there. I didn't know the feeling of a walleye when it hit the rod. It's like a wet rag that just hits the shit, brings that shit down hard as fucking. Like, oh fuck, because we were jigging. And so, as I'm doing that, I keep looking over at this gentleman, and I'm like, this is cool, get to know him, country artist, they're going, and like, I'm not thinking much of it because I'm focused on the fishing. But after a while, I kept looking over because he would try and get up. He would try and conquer the situation, and he'd get up, and he start wobbling. He's like, man, we don't got water down there in Arkansas. We got a little pond that don't be making no wakes. This is crazy. And it is a calm day on Lake Erie. It's calm.
Oh, yeah.
There's barely whitecaps, dog. And he is losing his mind. And so I was talking to him earlier. You know that storm that hit?
yeah.
Bro.
He was on the water.
We were me and my buddy Bo.
Shout out Bo Sherry.
Shout out Bo.
Shout out
Yeah, you
Bo.
already know.
Government name.
Shout out, Bo, maniac.
Bo, I was hanging out with Bo, and he was like, "Hey, let's go out, just to hang out, whatever." I was like, "All right, cool." So we get on the boat, and we're just talking, and he's like, "Yeah, it's gonna be good, blah blah blah." And I brought up that time, right?
Yeah.
He's like, "It won't be like that, And he's got like a new boat or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So he tells me, he's like, "This only broke down once 2 weeks ago," and I was like, "Bro, don't say that. You're gonna jinx us, And we laughed about it. Didn't think, dude. It was sunny, 75. Water was like glass. Reminded me of a lake back home. Like I'm not even tripping about it right now, And so we get out, dude, middle of the lake. Man, me and him are just honestly BSing, talking, catching up. We hadn't seen each other in a long time.
Right.
Bro, all of a sudden you just feel this gust of wind. And I kind of looked at Bo like, did we check the weather?
That cool wind.
Before it was coming. And I guess this is a big thing. I don't really know what this means on Lake Erie, but he was like, "Well, it's gusting out of the north. It's a bad deal." And I'm like, What you mean it's a bad deal, bro? Like, bro, I was tripping. So then the next thing you know, the water starts rippling a little bit. And I'm like, ripples. Not a big deal.
Ripples.
Well, then it starts raining. And I was like, bro, is it raining? He goes, yeah. And we look over our shoulder to the north, and it is black wall clouds coming straight at us. And I'm like, Bo, I think I'm ready to go back now. You know, like, I'm ready to go back. And he's like, all right, yeah, like one more cast. He's fishing by this point. Of course, it's Bo. So he's like, yeah, just one more cast. So then another big gust of wind. And now these little ripples are like 1 foot, like waves. I'm like, okay, Bo, like I'm ready to go. Like we need to go.
He's starting to really panic.
And so he's like, oh, dude, it's just 1 footers. It's not a big deal, but we'll go. We'll go. He goes and he sits in his captain's chair, bro, turns the key over, and the whole boat dies. And I was like, I thought he was messing with me at first. I'm thinking, bro, he's just playing a joke. And I was like, are you being serious right now? And he looks at me dead ass serious and goes, it's never done this before. And I was like, oh, what? It never done what? But not turned on? And he was like, I've got nothing. He's sitting there messing with the key, pulling these throttles, doing this whole thing. And it ain't turning on. And I'm like, oh my God, Bo. Oh my God, Bo. Now these waves are like 2 footers. And I am freaking out. I can't swim. I can't swim.
Oh no.
So I'm sitting there like, Bo, get me off the water. Get me off the water right now. He's like, bro, I've got nothing. This dude calls his dad to ask what he needs to troubleshoot. I was like, I'm not worried about troubleshooting to fix it. I said, call somebody. You got insurance on a boat. Tow me in. Tow me in right now. Get me off the water. He's like, I'm going to fix it. Just give me a minute. We're fine. We're fine. Now it's raining. The boat is rocking. I'm white-knuckling the captain's chair in the top of the boat and still doing like this. And I'm literally sitting there praying, Jesus, please. Jesus, please get me off the water. Please, Jesus, get me off the water. And he's like, dude, it's not that bad. And then he turns around and he goes, this might be a shitty situation. I'm like, if Bo Schreier is calling this a shitty situation, I am not. I am in danger.
Dude, I'm sweating right now thinking about this situation.
Yeah, bro, I'm thinking of it raining sideways
Bro,
and the whole
Watching the wall of rain coming to you.
And that was the thing. We saw the rain coming at us, and it wasn't even that heavy yet, right? So I just, I'm under the cabin, and he was like, oh, it's kind of raining. I'm like, bro, don't talk to me about it. Just do whatever we got to do. Get me to land. That's all I care about. All I care about. So finally he calls, shout out Jared DeMario. He calls DeMario, and, he's like, yeah, let me get out of bed. I'm like, get out of bed, bro. Run. Like, run. Get there. And so, I am sick. I'm ready to throw up. I am having a terrible time. And they're just sitting there laughing at me. Like, oh, it's whatever. Like, and Bo was literally like, man, the worst thing that's going to happen is that nobody comes to get us. We wreck the boat. We walk to the bar and have beers. I said, wreck the boat? No. Get me to land. So finally, we get someone out there to tow us in. And I'm sitting on a cooler beside the captain's chair, and I'm just swaying back. And I can't even. I'm sitting so low, I can't. And I've got my back to the water, to the back of the boat, and I'm literally looking into the cabin. Because I don't want to look at anything other than... Yeah,
you got to have your vision on something else.
So finally, they pull us into the gas docks. Right through the... Right through the point right there. Yeah. So we pull up to the gas docks, they tie us up, and I got off that boat so damn fast. I'm literally, like, kissing the rocks as I walk off the gas dock.
Oh, my God.
Like, I was freaking out. Bo's sitting there laughing at me. Jared's laughing at me. These other two guys that have now come to help...
They're laughing their asses off.
They're laughing their asses off at me. Josh and Chuck, there was their names. They're laughing their ass off at me.
You'll never forget these fucking names.
I will never. And it's because everybody thinks it's so funny that this big-ass bearded man is this scared of a little water. Bro, that's not a little water. That's a whole damn ocean.
When Captain looks behind and goes, we might have a problem, to a person that I have personally seen on maybe half-foot caps. I'm talking maybe, dog. There was nothing on there, and he's freaking the fuck out. I could only imagine being on the boat with this guy as that's coming. Oh, yeah. That was probably the worst time of his life.
My favorite part of that story, he looked around, he's like, might be a bad deal.
Yeah, like, and I think
I can hear him saying it calmly too, calm as fuck. He's like,
yeah,
might be a bad
that's
deal.
The thing. But he was talking about on tournament day how it was like 10-foot waves and stuff like that. And I'm like, that's great. I just looked at I am so glad that you are not scared to die. I literally.
He said, "That's great. I'm glad you don't give a fuck, dude."
I literally looked at him at one point that I was like, "Hey, I have a daughter. I need to get home. like, get me to land." So, but I mean, at the end of it, now I can look back and laugh because I really know that in all honesty, I wasn't in that big of danger. And I think he played it a little bit more than what it needed to be because he wanted to see me freak out.
Yeah,
I honestly think that he did that. And I'll never forgive him for that.
This reminds me of the same situation we had in the car, bro. It was like I got massive PTSD on the road and shit, and so we were driving on the way back from our comedy fest and shit, or a comedy contest. And he's good at driving when it comes to these predicaments. I can't fucking drive for shit, and I'm freaking the fuck out in the passenger seat.
I'm trying to go 55, speed limit 70, and I'm trying to push 55. That's how hard it's coming down.
You can't see shit in front.
And he's
it's
like,
terrible.
"Hey,
it's
slow
terrible.
down.
I'm asking him to slow down, please. We hydroplaned one time. I was like, stop. I was like, just do. We should probably pull over. We should maybe just stop. And he's like, no,
I'm like,
getting
nah,
home.
I got to work in the morning. I ain't pulling over.
Dog.
I was like, I'm like,
Dog,
we're getting home, bro.
It was at the one point where Nick went, and this is where it reminded me of. Is at one point Nick was like, yeah, this is pretty fucking bad. And I was like, yeah, is it that bad? Is it that bad, Nick?
Well, man, when storms are that bad and like they just light the sky up when it's already fucking, dark as shit, but the lightning's so bright you can see every cloud.
Yeah.
It's badass, dude. I'm like, oh. Half the time I was just looking at the clouds. I was like, I should probably look at the road.
Well, it's funny too because from Arkansas, we're in Tornado Alley.
Yeah.
So we get storms like that all the time. So I mean, I'm used to that.
Yeah, except for you're on the ground.
Right, exactly, and that's my thing. I'm on the ground, so I'm good. On the water, bro.
Till that tornado sweep you up, then you in the air.
Man, everybody has storm cellars down there. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, we just.
Yeah,
we might come out of the storm shelter and our house is gone, but. We're in the storm shelter. We got our dogs, our grandpappies, whoever.
Our grandparents, we got that
Couple
shit.
chickens, a fucking calf,
We got that shit.
He's like, we got to start fresh, baby.
All right, dude, before we finish this one off, we usually ask a couple questions and such, but one of the main questions that we ask the guests here is, we usually have cracking questions that come from the fans. A cracking question is a question, and regardless of whatever question you want to ask, you ask the goons, we'll answer that shit for you. But whenever we have a guest on, we ask, hey, what is your cracking question to the goons? So what question do you got on the spot? We never prep it. What do you got?
Okay. So, we've been asking a bunch of stuff about my music career, where I want it to go. Where do we want the podcast to be in 5 years?
This is the same question we
Everybody
get
asks
every
time. Okay,
single guest.
Next thing.
He thought hard, too. He was like,
dang.
I got this. Somebody smooth.
I got the.
We're going to have to make a rule on that.
Okay, if there was like an event that you would want the name Boogered Up to be behind, what kind of, I know y'all had like the golf event, right?
Yeah,
so
we just did, yeah.
What if is there like do you want your name to be maybe behind a concert series one day?
Oh, dude.
Dude,
I could answer this. I want ours to be in a UFC octagon.
Oh, that'd be
That's
sick.
a good
Okay, I didn't even think about that.
Just like on the fucking like prime is, dude. I'm
That's
like,
a good
bro.
answer. That's a good
Like
answer.
maybe sponsor a fighter or something? Yeah, that'd be sick.
I'm like, bro, get it like our logo on his trunks. I'm like, dude, that'd be so fucking
that'd be
dope.
sick.
It's a metal fest that is in Ohio that I think would be pretty cool. Is Incarceration.
That'd be dope.
It's a metal fest. What's it? Mansfield Reformatory, where the God bless. What's the
Shawshank
movie?
Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption.
Okay,
You know the movie?
word.
That's where that was filmed at.
Okay.
And they have a big 2-3 day metal fest that goes on there, and they have a bunch of sponsors and shit like that. I would love to somehow find our way to maybe going on a sponsor of it or something, maybe getting there,
Or
just
maybe
having a
get to,
table.
introduce a band or something.
Yeah, what I would love is if we go there, we're sponsored, but then we get a table there or some shit, and then we get to do a bunch of interviews with a bunch of different musicians and shit.
Word,
I think
word.
that shit would be hard. That's a good question. Knox, dude, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
dude. Fist me, bro.
Yeah.
Well, everybody. Oh, dude. Oh, you don't even know about the fist me, bro. He's a big fist guy.
Kiss me, bro.
He's a big fist guy.
I love it.
I love that shit. Everybody, round of applause. Zach Davis, everybody in the goddamn stew. It's been an absolute blast. Let everybody know where they can find you on all socials, where they can find your music and everything else.
For sure. So, Zach Davis Music on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, of course, all that kind of stuff. And then you can find my music anywhere you stream music. If there's a streaming service that's out there, my music is on there. Just search Zach Davis, spell Zach with an H. It'll pull right up on my ugly.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dog. Hey, another round of applause for Zach Davis in the goddamn studio,
Thank you,
guys. Don't do anything we wouldn't do this week. Make sure you guys subscribe and doing everything. Follow his music. Listen, he's a fucking hell of an artist. And we will catch you guys on Friday.
Yep, we're going to catch you on Friday out there in the field.
Yep.